Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at the Sandbox and their native token Sand and see where we can land with a price target for the 2024-2025 bull run. But before we dive on into this, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I make price target videos every day at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I try to make multiple videos a day, try to go live as much as possible to try to keep up with this rapidly evolving crypto space. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button, and remember, we have member-only live streams at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, United States, every Tuesday and Thursday. Click that join button. There's a lot of benefits as well to that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into the Sandbox. Play together, create anything in own virtual land. Let's build a whole new world together. I reviewed Decentraland yesterday, and now I'm reviewing its primary competitor, the Sandbox. It's very interesting. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with this. Again, like I said with Decentraland yesterday, I believe that metaverse cryptos are a fantastic euphoria play, but that we're not really going to see much until we're just in full-blown mania, euphoria, excitement. We're going to dream about Ready Player One, and even though that's far off and it may not happen for many, many years, if it does happen at all, that people are going to dream about it, and that dream is going to take the Sandbox higher at the proper time. And so even thinking through this, I mean, it's really fascinating just looking at their total map. I mean, you can see large blocks of land have been bought by major players in this. I mean, you can't really see it all that much here. I mean, we got The Walking Dead that was coordinated. We have some other ones. I saw some GameFi Adventures. I saw some pretty big players who blocked off large plots of land, paid lots of money to advertise this on the Sandbox, advertise who they are. Ulta Beauty, you can see a small square right here. There's so much that I'm very curious to see what this is going to look like in the future, even if the Sandbox is not the metaverse location, which I don't think it will be. I think whatever it is, it might even be something that doesn't even exist right now. But I'm very curious to see if this has any kind of, like, what I like to compare it to is, what's that really famous baseball card, that old baseball card, is Honus Wagner, I think it is, that just because of how old it is and the fact that there's so few in existence, that's kind of like the placeholder for a highly valuable old baseball card that's rare. I do wonder if what we're going to see with the Sandbox over the years, over the decades even, is that owning a plot of land in the Sandbox is like having an Honus Wagner baseball card. Probably not to that same extent, because there's plenty of spots of land, but you never know. It's possible. I do wonder about that, especially as metaverse technology grows over time. And so you can see right now, you could buy a plot of land. Here's one for sale for 0.18 ETH. Or $750 the day that I'm making this video. During the peak of euphoria, this would be much higher. I mean, we would be seeing one plot of land selling for multiple ETH. It's insane. And so maybe that's something even worth considering from an investment standpoint, is why not pay 0.18 ETH? That's a ridiculous price for today's standards. Why not pay 0.18 ETH and then sell it during the peak of euphoria for multiple ETH? You never know. Maybe that's the better option than owning the sand token itself. And so some things to look into with the Sandbox. There's lots of options with NFTs and things like that. I do want to compare the Sandbox to Decentraland from a tokenomics perspective so that you can understand what we're up against right now. I do believe that Decentraland, the Mana token, is going to put in a new all-time high. I do not believe that for the Sandbox. They're very close in market cap, even very close in price, very close in their all-time highs, but there's a big difference between the two, and that's the Decentraland's tokenomics aren't that bad, but the Sandbox's tokenomics are pretty bad, and that's going to suppress the price for a little bit for this bull run. So you can see $1.4 billion market cap. Volume's pretty good, ranked number 71 in market cap, number 70 in volume, 75.06% in circulation right now. This was much lower in circulation at the peak in 2021, November 2021. Peaked a little above $7, probably had a wick up to $8, something like that. But you can see, I mean, circulating supply in 2021 was under 1 billion. And so this has it's done a 2.5x in its supply. It's not the worst offender, but that's something to keep into consideration. There are 2.5 times more sand tokens in circulation right now than when this peaked in 2021. And then you look at market cap dominance, you can see that huge spike towards the end of 2021 in market cap dominance as the Sandbox, as the Sand token benefited from Facebook changing their name to Meta. And we saw this big metaverse narrative that happened towards the end of 2021. Do I expect something like that to happen again this time around? No, I really don't. I don't think that we're going to see some kind of big catalyst that's going to cause metaverse tokens to rip the way that they did in 2021. I do expect the Sandbox to put in a an increase in its market cap dominance for what we're seeing right now at 0.1%, but I would not expect it to get up to 0.3%, maybe something like more like 0.2%. And it's really interesting looking at Sandbox and Decentraland is that they both had very similar peaks in their market cap dominance. And so my projection of 0.2% market cap dominance is the exact same as Decentraland. But the difference is, I do think Decentraland's going to put in a new all-time high. The difference is just that it's the tokenomics. It's like, all right, 0.2% market cap dominance for Sandbox and Decentraland gives us a new all-time high for Decentraland, but not for Sandbox because of how inflationary this supply is. So here's my price prediction for the Sandbox. Market cap dominance of 0.2%, assuming a $7 trillion total one market cap. That gives us a market cap of $14 billion divided by, this is my estimate, a 2.5 billion circulating supply. That gives us a price of $5.60. So compare that to Decentraland. $14 billion market cap projection is the same projection. Only a 2 billion circulating supply is the projection for the supply for Decentraland, and that gives us a price target of $7 for Decentraland, $5.60 for the Sandbox, considering that this has 500 million more tokens in circulation. So again, not a new all-time high. $7, $8 was the all-time high for the Sandbox. That does put us at 560. That's, it's not bad. It's 9x from where it is today, which is why I think that it is a good play still. But given the tokenomics, where we're going, that's going to suppress it a little bit. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. If you could do me a favor, if you got any value from this, smash up that like button, hit the subscribe button, consider joining the channel as a member. I'm telling you, there are incredible benefits to that, not just the member-only live streams. You're going to have to figure it out for yourself when you join the channel as a member, okay? So that's all I have for today. Hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.